Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. This time, secrets to cutting through your backlog. Now, if you're like me, you've amassed quite a backlog over the years, either through sales, or through word of mouth, or through just, games you thought would be interesting. Just, maybe just a little later, not right now, because you're trying to finish the game that you have, or that you're playing through right now. So why would you, worry about a game that's on your backlog, right? Well, I'm here to help you solve your backlog, or at least cut through it. So today I have 5 tips for you to help cut through your backlog. Let's get into it. So the first tip I have for you, let's say you just got paid, and the PlayStation Store, right, has a sale. So you're looking through, oh man, these games are on sale for like $20. I should pick it up. This is the hardest tip first. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know it's tempting, to pick up that game for, maybe the game is for really cheap. Maybe the $100 game. Well, there's no $100 games, but this is just maybe the full price game is down for like 80% sale. It's going for $20 or less. You have to pick it up, right? You have to pick it up. Don't do it. Don't fall for the trap. Basically, the thought process is, if you're not going to play it immediately, don't pick it up. If you're not going to eat that hot pepper right now, don't do it. Like, you're just going to add to your backlog, and it'll just complicate your whole situation. So unless you're intending to play that game right now, like once you buy it, you're going to download it and play it right away. Don't get games on sale. Don't buy games for the future. Just to have it for later. Don't do it unless you have no backlog at all. Like, don't do it. So that's my first tip. On to the next one. All right, we're back. Now, another tip to cut through your gaming backlog is to take a look at your list of, for example, like 10 or so games that's on your backlog, and take a real hard look at them and say, all right, these are the games that I'm really interested in playing right now. Let's start with these 3, and then you go from there. Because you bought games for a reason. Like, I'm not saying you'll never play those other 7 games that you're not interested in right now. Maybe down the line you are interested in an RPG or a racing game or a fighting game. Maybe later you are, but maybe now you're not. So just focus on the games you're interested in right now. And another tip to go along with that is consider not fully completing the game. Now, what do I mean by that? A good example is, like this game right here, Romancing Saga 2. Maybe you just, get through the main story. You don't worry about side quests, and you just make it your goal just to complete the game. Or in another game, you just kind of experience the main parts of the story, and you're not really interested in finishing the game. It's just really just trying to get the experience of the game, right? Because gaming is all about fun, right? Like, we're just doing this to pass time, have some fun, right? You don't necessarily have to complete. Like, no one's gonna ask you, did you complete the game? Did you fully complete? No one's gonna hold you to that. It's just all personal preference. So don't hold yourself to that unnecessary standard of having to finish every game that you buy. You just play until the game is not enjoyable anymore, and then you move on to the next one. Maybe you'll come back to it later, but don't force yourself to play through games when they're not enjoyable to you. Alright, that'll help you get through your backlog. Alright, moving on to the next tip. And we're back. Now, another tip I have to help you cut through your gaming backlog, right? Is so a game that you don't mind being spoiled on necessarily. Maybe a game that's not so heavy on the story, it's more, you know, boss based or action based, like, you know, Soulsborne, something along those lines. Where the story, I mean, you know, there will be spoilers, so maybe if you're okay with being a little spoiled in that game, you know, obviously walkthroughs are not like a new thing, but what I do is I use speedruns to help me find the most efficient path to beat the game. Like if what I'm trying to do is like beat the next boss, right? I find, all right, what is a speedrunner doing to quickly defeat the boss, or like quickly get to the boss? You know, just because these speedrunners have perfected the game like down to like seconds. So I think the best way to utilize gaming walkthroughs of games that you're trying to complete is to use speedruns. I think that's a cool tip that I've picked up, especially with JRPGs and games like that, where you know you just kind of trying to get to the main story, you're trying to get to the next story beat, and you need some tips on how to get through the boss or the dungeon, right? So that is my next tip. Use speedruns to help you skip through the parts that you know are optional, that you don't need to play through, that are holding you up. All right, on to the next tip.
This is the worst part, the waiting.
And we're back.
Simulation activated.
And to end it off, my last tip on cutting through your backlog is that if you're so focused on completing your backlog, sometimes, you know, if you feel like, you know, replaying a game that you enjoy so much, or that is not necessarily part of your backlog, you know, maybe you're spending too much time on a game, you know, so on and so forth, like you're not making progress on your backlog, right? Oh no, don't worry about it, right? It's like I said in another tip, it's all about having fun. If you're having fun while playing games, I think you've for the day. Like don't worry so much about being efficient. If you're having fun, you know, I think you've completed your task. That's what gaming's about in the end, right? Having fun, having a good time, you know, passing time in a fun manner. You know, completing games and cutting through your backlog is good and important, but at the end of the day, it's about having fun. You know, doing what you want to do. You know, life is short. Like don't you know, don't go crazy over your backlog just because, oh, you know, it's a long list. It's just gaming, right? Have a good time out there. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope it helped you get through your backlog. Maybe enjoy your games more. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Take care.